We are on the 12th of March 2026. We are 3 days away from a youth intake because, looking at the squad view screen, we are now shown on the youth setup that we have a date for the youth intake. So that's the 15th of March. We are 3 days away from that. And as you can tell by the background, we've got Europa League football to contend with before we get to that point. We've also had a lot of games since we last met, so I'm going to go over those quickly. Then I'm going to play the first of the Europa League matches we are going to have, and you're going to see who we've been given. And we're going from there. The first game we had since we last met was a 2-1 victory against Kilmarnock. We were 2-0 up inside the 56th minute, but we conceded that goal later on. It could have been better. We could have avoided conceding, but Button decided to have a bad game. And I'm actually going to show you some key statistics for you. And yeah, Butler having a 6.2 rating was not great, but we also had some players who weren't as great either. I like to take off players when they are at a certain level of fitness and also give a load of players a chance. This is where you see 4 players come on in the 56th minute of the game, which probably isn't the smartest idea in the world, but I feel like it's a good idea to give players some first team football anyway, and also to help the fitness levels of the players. The next game we had was away from home against Livingston in the league, and we won again, this time by 4-2, and we were 4-2 up inside the first half, but then we conceded 2 late goals in the second half to not make it comfortable or make it a bit nervy, but it was a bit annoying to concede the same goal twice, both long balls at the top. And again, I'm going to look at the statistics again. Actually, what you're going to see is, I've just realized what's going on here. So when I go into these conditions, you'll see the player's injured. That's because he's injured right now, not because he's injured in the game. Milsey got injured inside the first 10 minutes though, which is why he had to come off. And then Chimiti came on and got a 4-goal hat-trick. So that's awkward. Either way, he enjoyed himself against Livingston. Livingston did not enjoy themselves against him. We then took on Motherwell and beat them 3-0. We dominated this game and actually underperformed the XG, which is quite impressive when you realize we scored 3 goals and still underperformed the XG. But again, it's one of those things. We looked good in this game, quite frankly, and I was really happy with how we did. And I'm just going to show you this as well from now on, just to show you what we're doing and how I'm tinkering with my lineup as well every so often. And you see how often I'm actually making early changes for fitness reasons at certain points, which may sound like a strange thing to do, but I just thought it was a good idea to do it, you know? And honestly, the players that we are bringing in, they're enjoying themselves, and the fitness levels of the players that we're taking out are my main priority as far as I'm concerned. Then we took on Hearts and beat them 3-0, but this was a game that was not what I was hoping for because of one particular situation. Tavernier got injured at the 40th minute and is now out for the rest of this year. He injured his hip in this game, and it was very frustrating because he actually looked quite good in this game as well. And it forced me to an early change. I don't like making early changes, if I'm honest with you. Despite the fact I'm making changes in the 51st minute of the game, my mind of early changes is before the first half is done. And sometimes I need to take players off quite early in the second half, but again, it's not ideal. Tavernier just got injured early on, and he never came back from it. So it's a shocker. It's a shame he's out for the rest of the year because of his hip injury, but if nothing else, we have a reason to want to kick on and do well for him, right? Then this happened. I don't know what on earth we did to deserve this kind of scoreline, but we beat Nice 6-0. And I couldn't tell you how or why we beat Nice 6-0, but it did happen. Gassama got a hat-trick, Trimiti got a brace, and then Antman scored late on to ensure we won by 6-0. This is by far and away the biggest win of the season, and the biggest shock of the season as far as I'm concerned. I still don't know how we got this scoreline, especially when you realize Nice are not a bad team, and I'm even going to show you their team to show you just how good of a team that is. I don't know what happened here. Also, why do they not make any substitutes? Did they not make any substitutes? I mean, don't get me wrong, this is not a bad team at all, but I mean, Dante's 40. How is Dante still playing, by the way? He's 42. I didn't want to say he was still playing. Or am I overestimating how good Nice is? I don't actually know, but I just didn't see us winning 6-0 against Nice, honestly. Then we took on Livingston again. The previous victory was in the Scottish Cup. This time, it was in the league, and we were 3-0 winners, and we looked comfortable. Their goalkeeper had a really good game, actually. So, again, we're looking good, and I'm really happy with how he did in this game. I even brought some players like Barron in to really give him an opportunity. He had an XG of 1.6. How did I miss this? And how did he not score? I got to ask questions about him there. But Sterling, Ashgard, and Mielski scored, so that's another good victory as far as we're concerned. This is still a great result as far as I'm concerned. And actually, their goalkeeper had an 8.1 rating, so maybe he's the reason why they didn't lose by more than 3. I don't know. But either way, 41 shots on goal, 21 on target. That's outstanding work from us. Then we took on Nice again in the second leg and drew 1-1, so we went through 7-1 on aggregate, which again is a bit surprising that we got that good of a scoreline, but we did well in this game and we deserved to not win, but we deserved to at least not lose anyway on the night, and we were good. I actually don't feel like I've seen enough of this screen, by the way, to really justify this. I really should just look at that next time for when I say a good goalkeeper rating, but there we go. But again, this is an opportunity that we are looking to progress in. There's a reason why we had a good opportunity, why we're in the next round of the Europa League. That 6-0 win in the first leg is that reason. However, after that game, we lost 1-0 to Celtic in the league. Now, I'm not going to say that we deserved it. There actually was much better. Their chance was actually quite good. It was close range. They were not going to miss it. And if we had managed to get something out of this, probably need Butland to do better generally, because Butland's ratings in some of these games have not been great. He's held a shot, but then didn't save the second one. So he only had 2 shots to really face, and he let one go in, even if it was at close range. So I'm not exactly blaming him for that one, but even so, not ideal to have conceded the goal and to lose. Our first league game in 17. Dundee were the last team to beat us, ironically enough, so that's something else to talk about, I suppose. But the last game we had before we met up was his 5-0 win against Arbroath in the Scottish Cup quarter-final. We take on St Mirren in the semi-final. Celtic just got knocked out by Kilmarnock, so we have a clear path to get the domestic treble right now because we are looking very, very strong. I cannot complain to save my life at this point in time. And I can't complain about the situation despite losing last summer because we are still top of the table. 8 points clear Celtic because Celtic lost... Well, Celtic went 3 games without winning in this period where we were winning everything. So there's that. I mean, look at the stats. We've got 21 victories. I would be very concerned if we weren't winning the league at this point because this would be quite the throw from us. Celtic have dropped points in 10 games. That's not great for Celtic's point of view. And the fact that we've only dropped points in 7 is great. And we just need to keep winning, really. We could beat everyone but Celtic, it seems like. I mean, we beat Celtic once, but they've beaten us twice, so it's not perfect, to say the least. We just need to keep winning and to ensure we do well. Hearts in the save game are a complete opposite to what they're doing in real life. It's a bit shocking to me, but there you go. And I'm wondering what on earth's going on there. But yeah, the Scottish Cup, we're in the semi-final for that, and we take on St Mirren. I already mentioned it, and I'm actually going to show you this again, just to prove a point. Celtic lost on penalties to Kilmarnock, but actually almost went out in the round before. They took off Falkirk and only won on penalties then, so finally the penalty shooter... In fact, 3 penalty shooters in a row, and it was finally that one that caught up to them, so... Maybe... Did Celtic didn't win a single game in this competition without needing the use of penalties, and the penalty shooter finally caught up to them. That's mad, isn't it? What on earth happened there? But yes, we're in the round of 16. We take on Real Betis, which is the first game of 2 we'll do today. We'll do both legs because I want to do the youth intake as well. So this may be a long video. I haven't decided yet. This is why the video didn't come out the scheduled date it was meant to. I kind of got too into it and I got distracted by other things. Not excusing it, but it's one of those things. Bologna beating Villa right now. Young boys actually caused a shock last time out. I'm actually show you. I know we had a shock, but they managed to knock out Lyon on penalties. Ludogorets almost came back against Club Brugge. And actually, if you look at some of the things, there were some shockers in this. Bologna only just got by Dinamo. I say only just. They got 2 goals, but it was still 2 goals more than they were expecting. Feyenoord almost managed to throw away a win against Go Ahead Eagles. Utrecht did get past Victoria Pilsen, which is no surprise. And Ferencváros knocked out Sigma Olimek, which I suppose is not a shocker, but the young boys' victory is a bit of a surprise. And Roma Nîmes managed to get past FCSB, potentially is a bit of a surprise as well. I don't know. But if we look at the situation now, Young Boys are beating Celta Vigo, who were in the top 8, so that's a bit of a surprise there. Freiburg, who we knew are good, they are winning 5-0 against Ferencváros in the first leg, so maybe that's not a shocker. Ooh. Utrecht are drawing against Lille right now, but Bologna beating Villa in the first leg surprised me a little bit. We got Real Betis, Roma have Porto, Feyenoord have Forest, and Club Brugge have Stuttgart, so I don't think we're going to win it, and I'm not going to come back every round game. I'm only coming back for this one because youth intake, I want to cover that. And I won't actually cover the St. Mirren game either, even if they are in third place in the league, because I just want to go over the youth intake because I'm a youth academy challenge guy. I like to go over the youth intakes. I think it's fun. It's an interesting challenge, an interesting concept for me. And I fully rotated for this game because Arbroath was available, and Arbroath did me a massive favour by being Arbroath. So thank you for being the team I could rotate against. Anyway, this is the team. And it's Button, Aarons, Dijaga, Cornelius, Tolkien, Clem, Bajrami, Diamande, Antman, Moore, and Chimiti starting. I got these 10 players on the bench. I haven't been able to register everyone, but that's fine. It's not the end of the world. I'm letting go of some players in the future, so it's not the end of the world. Anyway, let's see how we do against Real Betis in the first leg of the Europa League. And away we go in the Europa League, and he's already got an obstruction to show his weaker foot, which I guess stops him from doing his spinny, rooney things. But I'm not expected to get through because it's Real Betis. The fact we won 6-0 against Nice was a shocker, but Real Betis are not actually enjoying themselves in the league right now. And if we have a corner, they're in 13th in La Liga, even if they are only a handful of points away from being a top half team and getting to Europe themselves as Chimiti scores. Okay, have we just taken the lead against Real Betis when we shouldn't have been able to do so? I'm a bit surprised by this. What on earth's happening here? Also, 10 goals and 10 against a Chimiti. That's crazy. Either way, we just got ahead of 5 minutes against Real Betis in the Europa League. And that's a far back post corner. Have we figured out corners? This is one of those things that we could just do well in, and Mikey Moore is able to run here. I'm still a bit surprised we've done as well as we have done. Here's Tolkien. Actually, Tolkien and Clem have been really good signings for us. And I'm happy with their additions. And Antman, oh my god, what a move. That is outstanding. Chibisi's made it 2. He loves this competition for whatever reason. Europa League's become my playground, and I'm a bit shocked by this scoreline. How we tune up. This is really well worked. Chimiti, Antman. It's the back heel touch. That Monday plays him through, or Chimiti through, and it's 2-0. Where is this coming from, guys? I actually am very surprised we could do this scoreline. I actually won the Europa League with Leon in the FM24 beta when it came out 2 years ago. Which again is still a shock that I did that, but if we do Rangers in the first year, and I'm not saying we will, because how we're 3-0 up. I'm sorry, I should be commentating the game, but I'm just talking like I'm actually talking to a friend at this point, but I'm shocked. We're 3-0 up against Real Betis in the Europa League. If we somehow manage to get to the semi-final, the quarter-final Europa League, and manage to be competitive in a latter stage of the competition, I will be stunned. I didn't think I need to do more videos, but okay. I'm just going to say this here and now. If we get like a 5-goal lead, I'm probably not going to do the second game because I don't think I've ever blown a 5-goal lead before, but a 3-goal lead, I might still need to do the second leg. I'm still shocked we're winning by 3-0. We're going to have a corner. I know that I fully rotated for the game against Arbroath, because apart from the goalkeeper, because I didn't think I could I could just play my main team while doing this, and Mikey Moore puts it over. First time we've seen it highlight and not score from it. But I didn't think we could justify having a full strength team against Arbroath, then put a full strength team against Betis without having the players being completely tired. I wonder if that's an issue for their team. I wouldn't be able to see it from here, but maybe I'm just lucky. They've also got a different formation, like a 4-4-2 formation when they're in defense, which I don't do. So maybe because I'm sticking with the same formation in both out and possession in possession formations, I think we're benefiting from it. I think we might have 2 suspensions, by the way. I'm looking at the yellow card combinations, but here we are. Here we are now on another highlight. They're trying to float the cross is in now. And Aaron's intercepts. We are going to make some changes because look at the height of the players. Aaron's, Clem, Diamande, Antman, more. That's 5 changes I can make now in the near future. I'm probably going to take the 2 wingers off soon. Chimiti, Antman's in. If he scores, I'm not taking him off. He scored. Okay, we can't take him off. I don't take off players who have a chance to get a hat-trick. And Antman has made it 4. This is ridiculous. What are we doing to Real Betis of all teams? I know they've not had the best of times in the league. Is it because I was able to fully rotate for this game that we're doing this? I can't believe this. This is weird. This is so bizarre to me. I didn't do it against Nice, and yet we're doing this against Betis now. I'm about to make 3 changes. Because we're 4-0 up, I can make some changes. I'm going to take off Clem. I'm going to take off Aaron's. I'm going to take off Mikey Moore as well, as Amman plays the talking. That's a good pass to him. Good run, actually, from the American. Plays a cross. Oh, he's gone for goal, it looks like, but he's forced a save for the goalkeeper, and we're able to make 3 changes, but I'm a bit surprised we've got this scoreline. This is not what I was expecting, to say the least. Chris is involved in all 4 goals so far, which is, again, crazy to me. And Tolkien, we do need to take him off because of the yellow card situation. Alright. So Antman, Sterling, Antman's in. Potentially can play the cross, has to play the back or cross, plays it back, finds Bertrami, goes for goal, just over. Okay. I was looking at the stats going into this highlight, and I genuinely am a bit surprised how dominant we've been in this game. Yes, the XG probably isn't as high as it should, as the goals we scored is, but Rothwell finds Antman. He played a cross, has to play this cross or something like that. Plays it back instead, finds Sterling, back to Antman, could go for goal for the hat-trick! We're not doing the next game. We are not doing the second leg. We are 5-0 up now. This is ridiculous. He's got a hat-trick in the Europa League against Real Betis. I can't describe just how strange this is that we've done this. How out the world we've done. Why are we so good at home in the Europa League at the moment? I do not know. If this ends up being 6, like it was against Nice, then I really do have questions. Some of the names that Real Betis have, we should not be able to do this to them. I'm sorry. That is kind of ridiculous. Ashgar, Diamande, if he gets through and scores, then I have questions, but they didn't score. Okay. We just destroyed Real Betis 5-0, and actually I'm going to do a bug report, so thank God I can do this video as a thing. You can see the thing in the background. So, we just won 5-0. What a goal. What a game. Roma lost 2-0 to Porto. Stuttgart beat Club Brugge. Feyenoord actually got a 2-2 draw against Nottingham Forest, but blew a 2-goal lead. And we just destroyed Real Betis 5-0. What a result. I said I wasn't going to do the second game. And I'm not even going to do this game against them because the youth intake has just arrived. I'm going to actually click on it now to see what it's going to be. Because I actually don't know. Our Animal Youth Canada intake has arrived for assessment. We have got every reason to be excited by Chris Fleming, who has potential to be one of the most gifted players to come for the youth ranks at Rangers in recent years. Youth candidates have been given trial contracts, so you can evaluate which player you want to offer full youth contract to. I was given the reason to believe this could be a good intake, but I'm not sure I should be excited. Was it by ability that they were assaulted by first? I think it was. Alright, let's look at Kieran Thompson. Centre back. Okay, he's definitely not going to make it in the long run as far as I'm concerned, in my team anyway. He'll need to work on a lot of things, Jenny. His tag is decent and his mark is decent, but there's not much else to really be excited about apart from maybe his positioning, his bravery. In fact, he'll need to be better than that. He'll need to have anticipation, which he doesn't have. Jumping, which is okay. And he's 6 foot, though. He's only got 2.5 star potential ability. If I was doing Rangers save, I'd probably sign all of these players, just because it'll just give more strength to the youth team, all 8 of the good players. But Chris Fleming is the person we were told to be excited about. Should I be excited about this? I don't know. I really don't know. Work rate's good. Finishing and first touch are good. Dribbling not so great. And he's got good determination, good acceleration, good pace. Might have reason to be understanding why they are excited about him, but I'm not sure myself personally, but that's just me. If he's the most gifted, then there's going to be a few issues. Andy O'Brien, okay, I can see a bit more of this guy just from the crossing alone, but I play with inside wingers. Technique of 15 is good. Work rate is good. Teamwork's good. Stamina, acceleration. Flair is good as well. I have reason to be interested in this guy just because of what he can potentially do, but I'm not sure what to think of long term. Lee Gaston, the goalkeeper. I know it's not Gaston, like it's Beauty and the Beast, but you get my point. He is... Oh, his area reach is only 5. He's 5'8". Who decided to ruin you? Unbelievable. You need to grow. You need to grow desperately. John Owen, attacking midfielder. I don't use those, so he wouldn't get in my team. He'll be someone I sign and then sell on in the future, potentially. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit disappointed about this. I feel like I was expecting more. I've hyped this up for this video, and I'm disappointed. Oh well. Maybe I shouldn't be too surprised. But what I'm going to do is end this here. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys will like and share this video, and that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me a lot. But anyway, until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.